Hey guys, welcome to a day in my life as a full-time game developer working at Tin Man Games. My mornings always start with a team stand-up where we all discuss the progress we made the previous day, as well as what we have planned for the current day. After our stand-up meeting, the first thing I like to do while Unity is booting up in the background is just write a little checklist of tasks that I want to get done for the day. Now, my job today will largely be performance and optimization, so converting some legacy or old code into something cleaner. This isn't the most difficult task, but it can be extremely time-consuming, as I'll explain later in the video. Now, after writing down my tasks, I like to just get my room a bit vibey. Now, I work completely remote, and as ideal as it sounds, I have to force myself to differentiate my workstation from my bedroom. So this usually involves me setting up my humidifier and the lava lamps just to make it feel like I'm in a cozy spot. After that, man's gotta get his coffee. So this is my little coffee montage for you guys. Now, I never used to drink coffees, but back when I was figure skating competitively and having to do 5 AM starts, coffees became a way of life. And until recently, I was always a cappuccino drinker, but I'm currently based in Sydney and it's too bloody hot in the mornings to have a hot coffee, so I've opted towards iced lattes. Back in the workstation now, and I'm digging straight into converting the code over. So there's a few reasons that this is tough, but mainly because I'm not 100% familiar with the code base. I definitely have a lot of knowledge on it, but there's definitely gaps, usually resulting in me thinking I know how something works and then it turning out to be the complete opposite. Other than that though, the most time-consuming aspect of this is the testing. I constantly need to go through the project to ensure that what I've added in hasn't broken any existing parts of the code, which unfortunately can only be tested in-game, as you're about to see here. So this is actually some early game footage of our upcoming title Neon Squad, which will be coming to the Oculus Quest 2 later this year. Essentially what I'm doing when I'm testing is making sure that the in-game level actually loads. So this is one of the levels that will be featured in the game. And yeah, what I'm looking for, characters are loading in, I can still place a character, and that the abilities are all loading in as well. After a bit of testing and coding, it's getting close to lunchtime now, so I'm gonna grab a bite. Today's delicacy will be tuna and rice, while I finish up an episode of Breaking Bad. Now, let me know down in the comments if you recognize this episode. And of course, I'm joined by today's special guest, my boy Yoshi, obviously smelling the tuna. After a quick bite, since I've got a bit of time left during my lunch break, if I'm not busy watching Breaking Bad, I'll usually work on a little bit of my personal project, Guardians of Atlanta, which is a Greek-themed tower defense roguelike. My current task in this project is a progression system, so unlockables and keeping track of data. I've basically created a way for a JSON file to read and write to scriptable objects so that data is extremely reliable and persistent through playthroughs, as well as a way to reset the data to its original state. After my lunch break, I'm cracking straight back into work, and I like to check back in on my task list and update it with the next thing that I'm working on, which again, will be more optimization. After a couple more hours of work, it's getting close to 6 PM now, so that's usually the end of my working day, so I'm gonna quickly freshen up and have a shower. Tonight, I'll be meeting a couple of friends for dinner in the city, so that's usually how my workday wraps up. Today was actually a fairly quiet day. Someday I'll be in a call with other members of the team building tools or fixing bugs, but at the stage of the project we're in, everyone's head down into their own work. Thanks for joining me today, and if you guys enjoy these types of videos, definitely let me know down in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.